back to Yogaxpress. It's all about moving the body to still the mind. My name is Banu. I'm the host for this program. And as you can see, with me, we have a full house here, right here inside the studio today in front of the cameras. But I'm really excited to tell our viewers we also have a full house in our crew, control room as crew. So I'm going to start with our crew. Sergio Rivera, our director. We have Vita Fraga, Audrey Wu, and Sophie Henry. I hope I remember to acknowledge everybody. I also would like to acknowledge our facilitator, Ryan Stillwagon, for setting up the gobos, the lights, the beautiful soft purple lighting. And I'd like to reintroduce my viewers to my mascot behind me. That's me, for various reasons, which I won't tell you on air. And right here on the mat, to my immediate right, we have Jacqueline Wright. Jacqueline is a fitness trainer for seniors. And we're going to have her one of these days on air after she finishes her teacher training in yoga as well, which she's going to be doing fairly soon. To my extreme left, we have crazy Josiane. We love her anyway, but she is totally addicted to yoga. And when she knows we have professionals like Andy to my immediate left coming on to teach, she's here on the mat. So very reliable folks here as well. So Josiane and Jacqueline, thank you so much for being here, and thanks to the whole crew. Now I'm saving the big moment. Andy to my immediate left. Andy Ko is an advanced yoga teacher. That doesn't mean he's going to teach us to hang from ceilings or climb walls, but he is going to observe today. I believe the term in the United States is audit. He's going to audit today's episode, and he's going to lead the next two episodes. So today I'm going to be teaching. In case you're worried, I'm a certified teacher as well, so we won't get anyone in trouble. So here's what we're going to do. My plans for today are very simple. We're going to do the sun salutation, the Yogaxpress way, where we move the spine in different directions. And we'll do that maybe 3 rounds. We'll do a little bit of breathing in the beginning, and we'll close with something called Yoga Nidra. Before that, we'll do something, I believe it's called Super Brain Yoga, and I'm going to save that little secret for the end. Before we move on, I want to do a little bit of an interview today with Andy, and then he's going to tell us more in the next episode when he comes as our special guest. So Andy, tell me, what is your association with yoga? How did you get into yoga? I know you had an injury before, right?
Well, I started yoga about 10 years ago, when I was in early 20s. So I was working in the corporate world, working 60 hours, 70 hours a day. I know, sitting for a long time.
Right.
So I had a lot of chronic lower back pain and shoulder pains.
Right.
So I went to see a lot of doctors and got a lot of x-rays, and also I went to see a physical therapist as well.
Right.
So I did exercise. So one of the things he recommended I do is to try out yoga and see if it helps with alleviate the pains I have in my lower back.
Fantastic.
So I was a little injured, and actually the first time I did it really did help me, and then I've gotten stronger then, and then I've been practicing since.
There you go. Andy's a living example of how, you can be in a corporate environment, but, you have to understand, first of all, many people actually, Andy, are very hesitant to take on yoga because they think it's a feminine thing. But just so everyone knows, and Josiane knows I've said this many times, the best yoga teachers, and the only yoga teachers in thousands of years ago used to be men. And the best yoga teachers are still the guys, but, people in the corporate world, and I'm really happy that you decided from the corporate world to come into yoga.
Yeah.
So are you teaching now anywhere outside? Are you planning to teach in the corporate world again?
So right now I'm doing private classes right now.
Okay.
But I kind of relate to your story. When I first took yoga classes, it was predominantly female students.
Right.
And then you rarely see a male yoga teacher. So now it's definitely, the time has changed.
Hey, you're in a niche. There's lots of work out there for you.
And we can actually take the benefits more so because men tends to be a little bit tighter. And so it's a little bit, we may be a little bit stronger, but it's like about connecting your breath and then movement and bringing awareness to your body and your mind. So that's something that really resonates with me, that I enjoy.
That's great, because we're doing a little bit of
60 hours a week?
No, not 60 hours anymore. Those days are gone.
Good
Right.
for you. Good for you.
now, Josiane and Jacqueline, sorry. Josiane and Jacqueline may have some requests for you. This is like the listener's choice of yoga. But after today's episode, unfortunately with me, they have no choice. They get what they get. But since you are
That's not very flexible, teacher.
I'm going to take them on a nice long ride. We're still going to get a bit of a workout. So we're going to stand up, and I think our cameras are going to pick us up. So we want to make sure that we don't have heads chopped off. So I'm prompting our cameras, but no, that's okay. We have amazing crew out there, so they'll pick us up. Let's come to, if we can, Josiane and Jacqueline move forward. Josiane, especially you. All right, and Andy and I will stagger a little bit. The sun salutation, Andy. No, let's come forward. Yeah. So palms together. The insides of your feet are paddles, a couple of inches between your feet. Press your palms in. So open up all your fingers. Press your palms in and bring your elbows out. Just remember that when you have your elbows out, you're learning to stay in the moment. If you bring your elbows down, test it out. Close your eyes, bring your elbows down very gently. Your mind will start wandering. You'll be thinking of your shopping list, what am I going to do in the next episode, whatever else, but it'll be anything but yoga. So this way, with your elbows out, you're forcing yourself to stay in the moment. That's what yoga is about. Now, you can close your eyes or you can keep your eyes open. Inhale, take your palms up, overhead. And then once you pass midpoint, exhale, tip back just a little bit for that back bend. Inhale back to the center. We're going to exhale to the left. Inhale back to the center. Exhale to the right. We're trying to get the 6 actions of the spine. Now we're going to fold over all the way from the hip. Your hip is like a hinge. It's a fulcrum. Exhale, keep your upper body straight, fold all the way down. Slow, controlled movement. Palms 6 to 8 inches in front of your feet. Take your left leg back and then the right. I did warn our team here that this is a modified sun salutation. Now this is the Yogaxpress version. Now take 3 deep breaths right here. Those of you who are watching us, if your heels do not touch today, that's okay. You can bring your feet forward just a little bit. Make sure you have your feet hip width apart. 2 more breaths. Inhale, bring the right foot between your palms. Left knee on the mat. Uncurl your toes in the left foot. After we do 1 round of sun salutation, we are going to do 2 breathing techniques. Place both palms over your right knee. Exhale and dip. Right knee is up. Inhale the left arm up. Exhale, dip your left elbow over your right knee. Right palm on top of the left. Right elbow goes up. Turn to look up at your raised elbow. Bring your raised elbow, bring your right elbow up, Jacqueline. That's it, beautiful. Turn to look up at your raised elbow and breathe. Now that's the worst part about yoga teachers. We get you into twists and we want you to breathe. That's not happening today, right, Josiane? 1 more breath. Inhale, let's come out of that. I'm going to switch legs. Place both palms beside the right foot, take your right leg back, bring the left foot forward. Andy and I did our intermediate training at the same school. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to mention the school on air, but we were classmates. So you must be wondering, this crazy woman has totally messed the sun salutation. But
Not at all.
You know what? It's about taking care of your health, and that's what used to be the aim. Exhale and dip. Whoever created sun salutation, Andy, I'm not sure if you're aware, but if you sort of wade through yoga history, keep breathing, ladies, and Andy as well, and me too. But whoever thought up the sun salutation probably intended it more to take care of the body. But in India, whatever you attach to religion goes down better. So they didn't talk about health. Today, anything to do with health goes down really well. Inhale, let's come out of that. Frame the left foot.
Take the left. Are we twisting?
You're right. Thank you. That's the teacher in Andy.
That's right.
Keep your left palm over your knee. Inhale, the right arm up. Thank you, Andy.
Of course.
That's why we need you. Exhale, dip your right elbow over the left knee. Left palm on top of the right. And raise your left elbow all the way. Turn to look up at the raised elbow and hold. 3 breaths. Andy is turned so deep, he's having a dialogue with my mascot.
I'm trying.
Is my mascot saying anything?
I don't know. Just making eye contact for now.
Inhale. Let's come out of that. Curl your toes in the left foot. In the right foot, take the left to meet the right. Raise your knees, come up in plank position. Hold that, and I know as if there are male practitioners here, you probably love this posture. We girls hate it, but that's okay. We all have our favorites.
Come on.
3 breaths. And to make this a little easier, you may want to look ahead a little bit. That's it. Very gently, bring the knees down. Knees, chest and chin. Exhale and dip. Inhale, glide out into cobra. Uncurl your toes. Zip your feet together. Press your palms into the mat directly below the shoulders. Bring your elbows close to your waist. Now we're going to inhale and come up as a cobra, as a snake. Inhale, come up. Press your feet into the mat to bring your upper body up. Very nice. 2 more breaths. Let's come down, forehead to the ground, curl your toes in. Inhale, bring your buttocks all the way up into New York's favorite posture, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Bring your heels apart, exhale, press your heels down, head between the biceps. 3 breaths. 2 more. Last one, make it your best. At the next inhale, bring the left foot and then the right between the hands. If it doesn't come at first go, that's okay. Help yourself forward. Both palms together. Inhale, come up with a straight back. Pause at midpoint. Slow, controlled movement. Inhale, keep going all the way up. And then hands down the middle. Exhale, and bring your palms down. We're going to do 2 more rounds. Before we do the next 2, I want to introduce our viewers, reintroduce our viewers and our participants. I know Andy already knows what's coming. To 2 breathing techniques. The basic one is alternate nostril. Okay. We'll do it standing up. We usually do it at the beginning. Yeah. I have to admit, I forgot. I got so excited about doing this session. 2 breathing techniques, and the second one, the first one is alternate nostril, which clears all the channels, so you're taking in fresh oxygen, fresh air into your body. And the second one is called Ujjayi, which is from the back of the throat, and that's the breathing technique that I want all of you to use when you're in your practice. So Ujjayi means victorious, so just think about victory. All right, let's try that. So left hand, if you're not sure what to do with your left hand, place it on your hip, that's fine. We're going to do the right hand. Make a little telephone, so bring the middle 3 fingers down. The little finger and thumb come out. Thumb at the base of the right nostril. Inhale through the left. Place the right little finger over the left nostril. Hold. If you have any lung issues, any asthma issues, do not do the hold. Now release the thumb. Inhale through the right. Hold. Release through the left. 2 more, that's 1 round, so we do 2 more rounds. Inhale. Hold. Release the thumb. Inhale through the right. Hold. And release. We'll skip the third one. You get the general idea. So we'll do 2 rounds of Ujjayi as well. And for this one, feel free, since we're standing, usually if you're seated, we would have our hands on our knees. So if you actually, let's give a little demo. Let's sit down. Andy and I will sit in Vajrasana. And Jacqueline and Josiane, I saw you were very comfortable sitting cross-legged. So that's not Padmasana, but it's Sukhasana. So it's called comfortable posture. This is called Vajra is diamond, or it's what the soldiers did on the war front, right? Yeah. Even Japanese style, they would sit like this. So we're all in different postures, but the The reason I made this differentiation is if you're sitting cross-legged like Jacqueline and Josiane, what you want to do is thumb and index touching, keep your palms facing up. Andy and I will keep our palms facing down. So if you're sitting on your heels, you can keep your palms facing down. We're going to do two rounds actually of the Ujjayi, the victorious breath. So let's take a deep inhale from the back of our throat. Actually, Jacqueline, have I introduced you to Ujjayi, or have you been introduced already to the Ujjayi? All right, follow with us. What you're going to do is inhale and exhale through the back, almost like a whisper. That's how it would go. So we'll take it, we're filling from the belly, going all the way up through the upper abdomen and then into the chest. That's a full inhale, like filling up a balloon. And then you exhale from the chest down. Collapse everything till you suck in the 12-pack right here. For Andy,
12-pack. Still
me.
working on it.
So here's what we're going to do. Just stay calm. Both your palms are on your knees. Inhale through the back of the throat. Hold. Exhale from the way, all the way down the lungs. One more. Now we are supercharged. You know exactly what the technique is, the breathing technique, the Ujjayi that we just did. You're going to use that when you practice. So we are going to stand up again. This is actually a cue for our crew. We have 2 more rounds. Unless you have any special listener's choice or viewers or participants' choice. I knew you would come up with that, Josiane. I knew it. All right. You know what? When I come up on air, when I'm teaching next time, and maybe Andy will also treat us to that at some point, because Andy has a very vigorous practice of his own. So he may also bring in the sun salutation. So we'll actually do, Jacqueline, Josiane, I shall oblige, ma'am. We will do a few back bends. So maybe we'll start with seated back bends. Let's come on all fours. In case you're wondering why I keep looking down, I keep forgetting to plug my little postcard in. This is what you're going to be dealing with when you come on the show. There's a simple postcard, 48 basic postures. These are common denomination postures that are taught in every yoga studio. We are not a substitute for your yoga studio practice. Over here, we are just a link in your chain of practice. So you should have an existing practice. Go out there. Don't desert the studios. They need your money too, but this is free.
Beautiful.
So come up on your hands and your knees. Hands are directly below the shoulders. Knees are directly below the hips. Keep your toes curled in. Fingers are nicely splayed. Now back bends can be very intense. So we're going to start in a gentle undulation of the spine. As you inhale, keep your toes curled in. As you inhale, your elbows will move in and they will bend and will dip the middle part and bring the chin, chest, and buttocks up. So inhale and dip. Like a cat. Josiane's all too familiar with this. Exhale, uncurl the toes, arch the back. Curl your toes in again. Inhale, one more time, and dip. Bend your elbows close to your body. Wow, these cats are really close to the floor. Uncurl your toes, arch your back. Now that's got your spine moving a little bit, so it's warmed up a little bit. So we're going to try the camel posture. Camel, I think Josiane remembers. I know Andy knows already. And Jacqueline, you probably have experienced it. It's a little bit intense. Let's come up on our knees. Bring your knees hip width apart. You don't have to torture yourself. In yoga, you just want to make sure that all your muscle groups are working, all your glands and organs are getting a good massage. That's all it is. So Josiane and Jacqueline, if you would move forward, Andy and I will go back. So we're going to stagger, and at home, if you're practicing by yourself, you have the luxury of space. Take up all the space. Otherwise, make room for the others. Now, keep your toes curled in. Just know that your hands are closer to your heels with your toes curled in, but there's more pressure on the knees. So if you are aging towards senior citizenship, as I am, you want to be careful with the curling of the toes. So we're going to aim for the back of the heels. First, Open up your palms, heel of the palms at the base of your hips, so just above the hips. And you want to take your elbows back. That'll open up your shoulders. Inhale, lift your chin up. Exhale. As you exhale, glide your palms down the back of your thighs. I'm going to uncurl my toes. That means my heels are further, but it's less pressure on my knees. Keep exhaling. Slowly, right hand reaches for the right heel. Left hand reaches for the left heel. Once you've made that connection, tilt your pelvis forward and take 3 breaths. Tip your head back. Say hi to my mascot.
Hello.
One more breath. Very gently, before you bring your head up, hands back on the hips. Slowly inhale your head up to neutral. And then exhale, sit on your heels. We want to do a little bit of a counter stretch. This is not a back bend. We're actually going to go forward. Exhale, come down into child's pose. While we're in the child's pose, I want to point out to our viewers that you want every posture to have a counter posture. So if you're doing a back bend, you want to do a forward bend. You do a twist on one side, as Andy so correctly pointed out. I'd forgotten the twist. You want to twist on the other side. You want to make sure you have the yin and the yang of yoga totally in place, even in life. Inhale, let's come up. And keep track of the little tips we give you on this show, because that's going to take you far. Now, here's what we're going to do. Another back bend. This is all your fault. If Jacqueline, if you have any aches and pains after today, contact Josiane. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go back this time, and we're not actually going to have our backs to the camera just yet. Place both palms behind, so we're all sitting on our heels. And just to demo, I might turn just to show you, but I'm going to turn back again. Place both your palms so the fingers facing in. So fingers are facing in. That's it. Beautiful. So that'll take your shoulders back. And we're going to exhale, and that's very good. That's a great way I want to demonstrate. So I'm glad that Jacqueline has got her knees out. You want to be kind to your knees. Now, if you're feeling very comfortable today, you can bring your knees together. But what you want to do is, if you're starting off in this particular posture for the first time, or it's a kind of an unknown factor, bring your knees out. Be kind to your knees. Josiane has decided to torture herself today, so I'm going to let her do that. So, and Andy of course is experienced, so I'm not even going to worry about him. So bring your palms, your fingers are facing forward, elbows are back, shoulders are open. Inhale first. Exhale. As you exhale, lower one elbow and then the other. Very gently down on the mat. Once both the elbows are down, you don't have to go down all the way. If you have your elbows down, or you can even stay where Josiane, where are you? Oh, good. So where Josiane is staying, that's fine too. You can keep your elbows up. Once your elbows are down, if they are, tip your head back and breathe 2 more breaths. At the next inhale, press your palms into the mat. Keep your head tilted back till you are ready to inhale and come back up. We're going to do a little bit of a forward, not a full forward fold, just a little bit. That was not a very intense back bend, but it still was a little bit of a bend in the back. So you want to do forward fold, inhale, come up. Now we have about, I'm not sure how much time we have left, but we probably have time for about another 3 or 4 back bends. And there won't be only a full back bend, there'll be like a half back bend. So before we move on, since we are all already on our knees, we've got 7 minutes. Perfect, thank you. My director says 7 minutes, that's real luxury. So keep your right knee where it is. Slowly glide your left knee all the way back. It's going to take your left leg back. And use your toes, curl your toes in to push your left knee all the way back. So I'm going to go down. And to make room for your pelvis to come down, you can bring your right foot forward. So at the beginning of this posture, which is called kapot or pigeon, your right hip will be down for just a few seconds, unless you're very experienced and you can go straight away into the posture. But first, till you get into that, you want to bring it down, and then you start shifting. Now, if you're able to bring your right foot forward, that's fine, but traditionally they would actually sit on the heel. The groin would rest on the heel. So that's good. You can do the traditional way too. So now we're going to fold over. Before we do that fold, we're going to get our little back bend. So come up on your fingertips, bring your fingers close on either side of the right knee. Inhale, come up. Take your shoulders back. Exhale, fold from the hip. In this posture, kapot or pigeon, in this posture we have the luxury of being able to complete the back and the forward bend, and it's a chest opener and it's a knee bender. So I love this posture. You know, Andy, you won't believe I used to go to sleep in this posture. I practiced yin for about 6 months, and yin postures, they hold it for a very long time.
You must have a really good sleep then.
Oh yeah. Inhale, come up. I'm gonna switch legs as gracefully. I like that. I just noticed Andy had his palms all the way forward, which is actually, let's all try that. That must feel so good. Oh yeah.
I'm gonna fall asleep now.
I think that's what it is. We're gonna switch legs. But I couldn't resist Josiane. I had to try what Andy was doing. Inhale, let's come up. Very gently and as gracefully as you can, swing the left leg forward and take the right leg back. You stuck? She's already there. Nice. Take your right leg all the way back. And that's something else I realized, Josiane. One knee, one side cooperates better than the other side too, right?
Yes.
Good. I'm happy to see I'm not alone in that. This knee actually takes me further, so I'm going to bring my left foot forward just a little bit, and then once my foot is as far forward as I can, I'm going to adjust my hip, make sure my hip is centered. Now, to be able to center yourself better, bring your palms back a little bit and then press your pelvis down. Now remember, you can curl your toes in to push your knee back. Once you're as far back as you can go, uncurl your toes. And then, to follow what Andy just did, we have 5 minutes. Thank you, Sergio. We're going to exhale and fold and slowly claw your way forward. Bring your palms forward. Exhale and fold. Every movement, you want to be sure you have a slow, deliberate movement. While we are in this posture, Andy, would you, whenever you're going to teach, and we really cannot wait for you to teach us as well.
Me too.
But we're looking forward to it. But if you want to tell our viewers how they can reach you, whether you do it today or at the next episode, whenever you're going to teach, but actually tell them today while we are holding this.
Sure.
How do they get to you?
You can reach me at my email. It's andyko, K-O, yoga@gmail.com.
Beautiful. That's easy. And Andy's going to repeat that at the next episode when he's going to teach. Inhale, come up. And then bring the left heel under the buttocks. Slowly glide your right knee forward. We're actually going to do just one. Maybe we have room for 2 more postures. So we're going to do Ashtanga Namaskara. So take your knees back just a little bit. We'll do Ashtanga Namaskara, which is 8-limb salutation. We're going to glide out into Cobra. That's a beautiful back bend. Bend your elbows close. Ashta Anga. Ashta is 8, Anga is limbs. So basically 8 body parts make contact with the earth. Exhale and dip. So the 8 body parts: chest, chin, both hands, knees, and the toes. Inhale, glide out into Cobra. Press your palms in. Inhale, come up. Exhale, come down halfway. And stay here. Zip your feet together. Press the tops of your feet into the mat and make sure you're holding your upper body with the tops of your feet, and you'll see what I mean when you take your palms off. Slowly exhale, look to the left. Like the unseen snake god. Inhale to the center, exhale to the right. So you notice, we all feel it here. Inhale to the center. You'll notice palms back. You'll notice that when you have your palms off, we are forced to use our buttock muscles and the low back and the tops of our feet. So that's how, it's no magic trick. We're actually using our body muscles. Now, one last back bend. Reach for your left ankle with your left hand, right ankle with the right hand. Chin is to the ground. What's that, Josie?
I paused this one.
Oh, that's fine. You can do the Cobra if you want. Do it again. You want to do that snake?
No.
Whatever feels good for you, no problem.
I pass on this
No,
one.
that's fine. Just make sure you get your chin up and take your shoulders back. You still get a back bend, Josiane. That's good. So inhale, come up, great. Now this is called the bow posture. Inhale, come up all the way. You can lift your knees off, hold it. Exhale, come down. You can release your legs. Press your palms in. We're going to inhale, come up. My director says we have 2 minutes, so we're going to wrap up today. But I'm sure when Andy comes back, he's going to take us through another workout as well. So we're all supercharged already, Andy. I hope this energy will keep us going till Andy's back next week. We really enjoyed being with all of you, and I hope you enjoyed being with us. We're going to lie down in what's called Shavasana with our heads to the center. We're not going to say anything at all, and I'm assuming that my director just said we had 2 minutes left. Our credits are going to come up. So since I have the luxury of a little bit of time, I'm just going to say thank you once again to our full crew, our director Sergio Rivera, Vita Fraga. I believe Audrey Wu is on audio, the sound. You hear that beautiful music out there? Oh, before I forget, that music that you hear in the background has been created just for Yogaxpress by Cesar de Para. I mustn't forget to acknowledge everybody. And we have Sophie Henry as well in the crew. So thank you, Jacqueline, Josiane, and Andy. We cannot wait for you to come back and
Can't
teach
wait.
us.
Thank you for having me.
Are we good to sign off? Are we still going? Oh, we can do our own thing now. So anyone, if you have any fancy postures you want to do, but don't make us do it, Andy. We are happy to watch you. We good? Okay, good. Thank you. Can I get off the mat? Daddy, mommy, anybody? We still on.
Oh, okay. I think we're done.
We'll take a short, I don't know, I think he gave us a 2-minute cue, right? When he came the third time?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Nice. I thought she was, yeah, you should do